Hi, Max. Oh, man. I was hoping that tree would make it. Hang tight, buddy. Nice to see water back in the creek. This is all my handiwork. There's Max. You keeping it safe back there, buddy? Let's see if these guys will let me get over here. Sometimes they can get a little agitated. Got a lot of honey in there to protect. And there's that board with the hole in it. I think it's called an emery board, just to allow some ventilation and a second entrance for when things get congested. And the board above it is that's my fondant board. So that's got a bunch of sugar that was mixed with a tiny little bit of water and a little bit of vinegar and mashed together. And that actually provides a little bit of warmth and some emergency food, depending on how the winter goes. I don't think I'm gonna need it. And then that one above it, you can see I didn't do the best job of staining it. That's actually a feeder box that holds 2 gallons of liquid feeder, but right now I'm using it as an attic, so there's a bunch of pine shavings up there to keep, basically to keep it warm. And the whole thing, the air goes in at the bottom there, and you see that metal thing's a mouse guard. For pretty obvious what that's for. Keep the mice love going into a beehive because it's warm. The bees keep it warm, and there's delicious wax to eat. So that keeps them out, but it also provides ventilation. So the air goes in. The bees are in a cluster, and they're basically burning energy to create heat to keep all the bees on the inside of the cluster warm, and they rotate who gets to be on the outside. Obviously the outside's where it's cold, but it produces a lot of moisture, and so condensation can kill a bee colony. And so that upper hole is to let the warm air come out and pull the moisture out, and then those pine needles are an additional way to soak up any kind of moisture, and you don't have as much condensation because you don't have that cold surface right above the cluster. So I think humans overcomplicate things, but this is really fun to have. I love it. So probably in the spring, when I do a split, I'm probably going to put one more colony here at least. I'm still not sure. I may put one in a different place, just so it's not so obvious. Not really supposed to be back here. Look at those girls working. And I don't know, I know I can see on their legs they have what's called a pollen basket, and the pollen baskets are full, so they're bringing in a lot of protein, which is another source of food to get through the winter. And the winters aren't too bad here, so. And actually I've got a little cleanup to do. That's a robber screen under there, that white thing, with some thumbtacks to hold it in place. I just need to move that stuff. That's cool. They are healthy. It's a healthy colony. Looking good going into winter. Can't wait for the spring, for the honey harvest. Yep. And those are 3 brood boxes, 3 deep 10 frame brood boxes. So it's actually a pretty good sized colony. I'm hoping it works out well for the winter. So might have to do 2 splits in the spring. Love the sound of landscaping. It'd be a little too quiet if it weren't for that. Coming and going. This is great. They take advantage of a warm day. I'm in a short sleeve shirt. Feels good out here. Light breeze. There's always something to forage on. A bunch of lantana up here. I think the deer have been coming up here and eating it. And these guys are probably getting some of the pollen off of all these junipers or cedars. Isn't that right, Max? All right. Didn't get stung. That's nice. Not wearing dark. I know they don't like that. Not that I look like a bear. There he is. Amen. I just mowed this winter grass, and oh my goodness, I let it get too high. And the mower does not like that. Does it? Well. That is cool. So Anxious to have a honey harvest, anxious to give my immediate neighbors some honey, and enjoy a little myself. And the next project is going to be building a nice patio here and putting in a hot tub. So maybe I ought to film tonight a little bit. I bet it's going to be a nice night. Oh, he's chasing a bug. All right, signing up.